Hey guys, how's it going? Tony here, our cabin in the woods. Okay, I'm not doing a lot of videoing here at the lake. With the grandkids, spend a lot of time with them. We're going to be here for about 12 days total. We had a set of grandkids last weekend. We're having another set of grandkids coming up this weekend. And so yeah, we're having a blast. But here's the purpose of this video. We lived in this camper while we built our home. So we started living in the camper the first week of July in Oklahoma, all the way through 9 months, which I believe was sometime 1st of April, sometime around that time frame. So we lived in here through the heat, the summer, and the cold, winter, snow, everything. So I was talking to my neighbor next door, and he seen me and waved me, you know, we're 200 feet away, and he started walking toward me. I walked toward him. And we kind of talked at his property area, but he's saying, man, I can't keep up. My air conditioning is just it's so hot over here, and you know, his AC screaming, can't help it. So I'm kind of looked over at his camper, and I'm looking at his windows, and I'm looking at his front door, and I asked him a question about his roof, his skylights. And so this is what made me think about doing this video, what we did that helped our camper out summertime and winter and made a major difference, big difference. And I'm going to give you opinion on one other thing that we had that I don't like, but when we get there I'll tell you about it. Okay, what I noticed right away when I looked at his camper, his front door, hopefully you can see that. For some reason my camera wants to go dark, but his front door has that glass, same as mine. Okay, see if I can't make this camera work. There we go. Okay, I have bubble wrap. All right, you can get this at the RV place. I actually ordered online. I think we got Amazon. I figured out what size window we have. That is bubble, double side bubble, and it has Velcro. All right, let me get a little closer. There you go. So we have had this on our door now for, actually, we lived in it for nine months, but it's been in this camper since 2015. We've never taken it off. The heat that it blocks out this front door is crazy, all right? Then also keeps the cold out and keeps the heat in when you're in the winter time. It's bubble wrap. Bubbles on both sides with the tin foil to it. The second thing we did is your skylights. All right, he's like, yeah, I like looking, you know, like the sun, the bright sun coming on in, and I agree, it is, it's nice, but dude, you're gonna have to make yourself a decision. Do you like to look at that, or are you complaining about your AC? Now, look what we've got here. I have the same stuff that's on that door here. You can buy this as a kit, a cover for your skylights. And what it is when you have a camper, normally it just has those screws, 4 screws, and that's it. Well, here you're going to take the screws out, and it gives you these slider dealies right there. And this slides right on in. There we go. These have been here the same time frame, since 2015. We've never taken them out. For the winter or summer, we've realized that it's well worth just to cover these up. I know come spring, some people like the cool, fresh air. That's cool. You can take that out, roll your window up. Okay. Next thing we realized, if we don't have company staying with us, those are 2 full-size bunk beds. We always just go ahead and block that area off. Why make your AC suffer to completely cool the whole thing down when you don't need to? Bathroom. I have the same thing right here in the doors, okay? Then you look up. I have the same thing in that vent. Now, a lot of these new campers, in the bathrooms, they're putting skylights in it. I don't understand the purpose other than maybe they want more light, whatever, but I'm going to tell you right now, that is the worst AC heater robber of all. And I'm going to show you what I did. This is styrofoam. Alright? It is like 2 4-inch thick styrofoam. This tapers in all 4 corners. So it's like a square funnel. So what I did, I went and stacked the styrofoam on top. I glued them together. And I start carving it to make it look like a square funnel. There is no glue holding it. I have it made so tight, I've put it up there, and it's been up there for years. It's never fallen out. Now, my opinion on them, I think it's a waste completely. I have already had to replace that skylight from drying out, cracking, and I think it cost like $250 to replace it. All right, and it's already showing signs of wanting to do it again. My opinion is, if you're going to buy a new camper, I ain't getting another one with a skylight in the bathroom. One thing, it's a possibility of another leak. And personally, I think it's an energy robber of your campers. You really don't need it. I think they just say, hey, people like skylights, let's put them in campers. I will not buy another camper with one of them in there. It won't be there. Next thing we have done to help, because we go to NASCAR a lot, and some areas you have to run off generator and battery. Some places don't have full hookup, and we usually don't want full hookup. We stay out back with everybody and party. But what I've done was I put a dual battery system on my camper. I've got the 2 biggest batteries you can put on here, cranking amps. I can't remember what they were, 1200 amp hour batteries, and I got 2 of them. So also what I've done is I took out all my light bulbs, all of them, and these are LED light bulbs. Now, I've done them all, okay? Here's a trick that I didn't understand. When you get your LED, you plug them in. If you don't get that bulb in the right way, it don't work and you think it's no good. The right way is what I'm saying is the bulb has to have the proper positive and negative sliding in. Okay, so if your bulb don't work, take your bulb out and spin it 180 degrees and put it back in there and have your light switch on. And as soon as you see the light come on, try not to shove it all the way into what I've learned. As soon as the light comes on, I've left them alone. Okay, they've been up here for over a year. One more quick thing I wanted to tell you about. What I have learned, we had to take a trip to Tennessee. We went there the day we dropped the camper off. Well, we unhooked the camper, hooked it up, set it up. They had the 100-year winter, which is ice, snow, a lot of snow. They were getting 8 inches and 6 inches every other day, rain, sleet. I mean, it was massively bad. One thing we've learned, we were burning a propane bottle. The gas grill bottles is what's on these. We were burning one of them every day and a half to try to keep this at 60 degrees. One thing we did learn though, in doing so, your slide outs are the worst leakage of heat or cold air conditioning on them. If you look at your seals on your camper on the outside, they're flappers and they're really no insulation value at all. So if I known more back then, I would have pulled the slide out in and it would have saved us a lot more energy. Another thing, if you have the capability, if you're in your camper come winter time and you're going to live in it if you're living in it or building your home or camping in the winter, if you have the capability of putting in a portable heater, electric heater, oil type heater, I would do the oil type. We had an oil type in here that we ran off the camper's power, but then we had another when we were building our home, another power source from the house. So we had 2 oil heaters in here to keep the camper warm over winter without burning much propane at all. So guys, hopefully some of this stuff I just talked about is something to think about. Hey, you know what? Let me go get my shoes on real quick. Let's go outside. I'm going to show you those seals that I'm talking about. All right. Let's go look at these seals I'm talking about. You see these rubber flapping seals? All they are is rubber, okay? They're thin. And you look right there, you're looking into the camper, kind of. I can actually feel cool air right there. All right? Now, what you're supposed to do for maintenance is these seals, you're supposed to spray them with silicone, okay? This is the only seal that's working right now outside with the slide out open. If you close it, that seal folds back over the other way. This becomes a body seal all the way through. If you look, there, it's hard to see, there is another flapper like this there. I can actually feel more cold air coming through here. Okay? Here you go. See it? And the roof has a flapper. But if you look between the roof flapper and that flapper there, it's an opening right there. So they do have a seal inside, but it's never always perfectly sealed. Maintenance for these things, because they will completely crack everything. 2 times a year, spring and fall, I take silicone spray and spray them down. All right, let me head back in. Okay, and next best thing is your awning. Now, we are too windy for me to put this all the way out, but if you can keep the sun off of your window, you're avoiding that heat. He had his rolled all the way in, and he was getting, there's your sun, right there, he was getting just like this. All right, complete hammered on the door, or his side of his camper. See that silver that's in there? So, trick, keep your awning out, but don't go all the way if it's high windy, because you will ruin your awning. Mine does have the shock absorbers to absorb movement, but I know I cannot put my awning out all the way. All right, let's go back in. All right, guys. Hey, another thing, I have done some videos on working on this camper, hints and helps and different things. I got my refrigerator fixing. I'll put a link to that down below. I did the wheel bearing pack. I put a new awning on the camper this year. What else? Whatever, I can't remember what else we may have done to it, updated. We changed the light bulbs out. Anyway, if you're interested in any of that stuff, I'll put everything in the link, the description, a link to it all. It was pretty good. The awning was simple, and my refrigerator is A1, and it's working fantastic, guys. I'm glad I figured it out and got her, and that I got a lot of comments on my refrigerator repair, getting it fixed and helping other people out about fixing them. All right, y'all take it easy. Thanks again. Have a great day.